Did you realize there's a difference between expectations and having standards? Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist. And I actually saw someone else say this on TikTok, and if you know who it is, please tag her in this video so I can thank her for explaining this in such a way that really hit home with me. But of course I can't find the video. So I'm just going to say in my own words what she said. But if you know who she is, please tag her in this video. What she said was, having expectations is difficult and typically doesn't serve you, because what you're trying to do is have control over something outside of yourself that you legitimately have no control over. And that's not to say that having good expectations is bad, but a lot of times your expectations will block you. What I mean by that is, if you are expecting your experience to be like someone else's experience, it's going to put a big block in your way, because you're an individual. You're different from them. You are never going to have the same experience as someone else, ever. However, you can set standards. Standards, unlike expectations of where you're expecting your experience to be like someone else's or whatever your expectation is, standards are saying, I will not be treated any less than this. And then sticking to that. It's like a boundary, but stronger. Because you carry it with you everywhere you go, and it's a standard that you've set on yourself, not a boundary that you've put on someone else. So again, it returns all the power to you. So while yes, I am constantly saying, be mindful of your expectations. Are your expectations blocking you? Is your expectation that your experience will be like someone else's keeping you from having the full experience you can have? I'm also now going to be saying, set your standards, friends. When you set your standards, you say, I will not be treated any less than this. And if the person or persons that you've set those standards around, well, I mean, you're setting them on yourself, but you know what I'm saying. If they can't meet those standards, then guess what? It's not your problem. Time to move on. Now, I'm not saying to be unreasonable in your standards, but I am saying listen to yourself and what you know is best for you. So for example, I have a standard of, if I offer you help 3 different ways for the same problem, and all 3 ways you argue in favor of your own limitations, this conversation is done. At least that part of it. And not because I don't like you or because I don't want to help you, but because you're not in a place to hear what I have to say. And rather than waste my energy trying to explain something to you when you don't want to hear me, I'm just going to hang on to it for myself. So instead of having expectations, maybe start having standards. And then stick to the standards, friend. Especially if those standards are for your mental health. I'm just saying. Look at that sunshine. Today is a beautiful day, friends. It really is.